Hey everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to change the blades on your Dewalt 734 planer. Let's hop in. To start this process, we're going to have to pull these 4 bolts out of the top. Now this was going to actually be part of a video which you can go and find on my channel, which was going to be the straight blades versus the hexagon blades. Really good video, check it out, but this was a little bit more involved than I thought it would be, so I decided it's going to be a standalone video. Well, I think there's supposed to be a bolt in there, but I guess mine doesn't have it. Now we should be able to remove the housing. Everything out of the way. Go ahead and remove this. There's 2 screws right here. I actually had already had those removed when I cleaned it before. Go ahead and remove your blades. You're going to have to take all these bolts out. And if you're like me, some of these bolts did not come out very easily. I actually had to use a chisel and beat some of them out. Here's the locking lever. Go and take that out. Go ahead and periodically clean it out as you're going through this process. Go and bring this all the way up. Go ahead and loosen up these set screws. We're going to pull the whole sprocket out with the chain. If you're nervous when doing any of this stuff, it's kind of like working on your car. Take pictures as you do stuff so you know how it goes back on. I'm going to set it down by the correct orientation so I know when I pick it up I can put it back on. There's chain assembly in here held in by 2 Phillips head screws. Go and open that up. All right, I'm going to spin this around just so you can see. We want this bar because we're going to pull these out, these 2 bolts right here, with our 5mm Allen wrench. This nut in here is 23mm or 15/16. All I could find in my drawer was the 25mm, but luckily this thing's not on there tight at all, so it grabs it just enough to then loosen it up to turn it. Now we can get to actually working this belt off. It is definitely stiff. You just kind of have to work it towards the edge. Throw on my chainsaw gloves. This oil in here starts eating at your fingertips, so then once you go to do something like this, they're easily able to rip apart. So now you've got this little key in there. It's really important. Make sure to put that with your stuff. Here's your one specialty tool, some snap ring pliers. Alright, let's turn this back around. We're coming back to the side with the chain on it. We're going to remove this bar same way we did the other one. My angle isn't very good on these ones, but I'm just removing the snap rings. There's 3 of them in total, 1 on each sprocket. Same deal as before, just bring these sprockets with the chain off and set them somewhere so you know the correct orientation when putting them back on. One last snap ring to get off, and then we'll be able to actually remove the blade. A couple light taps to start getting it to move out, and then we'll go over to the other side and actually pull it out. Now you can install your new blade. Your actual blades will have to wait to be put on until you install it. It won't fit through the opening, and also you'll just beat up all your edges if you did them before. A million light taps works a lot better than a couple hard taps on getting this in. Now you can lock it in with your snap ring. There's a groove actually inside this cylinder, so whenever you put your blade in, you can look in there and make sure you get it deep enough to where you can see the actual spot where this will sit into. It's just as simple as reversing everything we've just done to put all this back together. Back to the snap rings to go ahead and lock these on. Here's that little key I was talking about, so make sure to put that back on and then put this cap there. Put this nut back on, and just as before when we took it off, it's not on there very tight, so really just make this finger tight. Putting this belt back on could be a little bit of a headache, but just work it one groove at a time. You'll know the depth to put these plates on because there's an actual groove on the spiral bit. So you stick it in the groove, work its way down, go ahead and screw it in. Install these helical cutter heads, screw them down, but not too terribly tight. You'll want to be able to get them off if they ever do get dinged, and then you can be able to rotate them. Alright, you are pretty much good to go. Put the top back on with those 4 bolts, and then get your dust collector back on. You'll be good to go. If you want to see the difference between the straight blades and the helical blades, go ahead and check out my channel for the video that has the actual competition I put them through.